Sometimes we're blue, so give us something to do. Show it to us, Rachel!
Ooh, welcome to Show Me to Us, Rachel. I'm Nate.
And I'm Sam.
And we're neurodivergent.
Which means we need to fill our time with
hyperfixations
to show us more about ourselves.
And to help us do that, every week we bring in a Rachel of the week to show us a new hobby or obsession that we know absolutely nothing about. Then we take a week and we try it ourselves.
Except this week. Wow, that was crazy, huh? We did different. we switched it up. You know
took
why?
Us 3 tries.
Yeah, there's only 3. Because this week, y'all, is a new format we're going to do every once in a while. It's called Inside Rachel.
It's when we get deep inside each other.
Nope, that's not what it is.
Nate and I get together and we just
So yeah, today's episode, guys. yep, we're going to glaze over that. So today's episode is a little different. We have no guest this time because we've been doing a lot of these episodes, and we started realizing there were things that myself or Sam were really interested in, and we wanted to tell each other about things that we were interested in, but we always have a Rachel that we're talking to. Yeah. So every once in a while we're going to do one of these Inside Rachel episodes where we are the ones talking about our hobbies and obsessions and talking to them, showing them to each other, showing them to you. We're both Inside Rachels this week.
Yeah. I'm Rachel. You're Rachel.
I'm Rachel. And we're Rachel.
Good episode, everybody. We'll see.
Okay, so
who's going first?
We have a couple. We're switching off here. I think you should go first, Sam.
You think so?
What are we talking about?
I'm gonna talk about anime.
Whoa!
I was going between a few different things. I think all of it, an umbrella. But I'm gonna focus on like my experience with it because I'm not like I'm not an anime fan like some people are anime fans. I'm really passionate about the anime that I like, but there are people that like anime so indiscriminately, and that's not who I am. There's a lot of anime that I'm just not a fan of. But the ones that I
feel
like
most anime people kind of like what they like and don't like stuff.
You might be right, but like if you go to the anime Reddit, like the anime that I appreciate or like, they would make fun of me for liking. They're like, "Oh, you like Netflix?"
Well, you
anime.
go to any Reddit and that'll happen.
That is true.
For anything.
But yeah, I'm gonna umbrella it. I was thinking about doing Halo, but that's been years since I've been into it, and I don't know if I have enough to talk about.
Whoa.
I do have a tattoo from it.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, so maybe it'll help you jump off. As far as anime, I know about Pokemon, and I love Pokemon, but and I watched like the TV show when I was a kid, but like I almost wouldn't consider that anime because it's become so Americanized in a way.
That's true, yeah.
And then I watched like, I don't know, an episode or 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched like Avatar, but that's not really anime. The only like hardcore anime I've watched is I watched a long time ago, I watched season 1 of Attack on Titan, and that's it. I haven't seen the rest of it, so no spoilers, I suppose. And then I saw, I watched most of the first season of Parasite, which I really liked.
People really like Parasite.
Yeah, but like didn't finish. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, tell me about it. What do we get into?
So Parasite was good. It lost a lot of its steam in the later seasons, but it was good. Attack on Titan, one of my favorite pieces of media of all time. I will say though, if that's your only real experience with anime, it's not the greatest example because it's unique in that it does not lean into many anime tropes, and it's unique. It's uniquely intense and incredible. Still, quintessential anime, very, very good. But like Attack on Titan is the first anime that I ever watched. This is how I got into it. Sorry, what was your question?
No, I didn't have a question. Go ahead.
Yeah, so when I was like 15 or 16, I had a friend. Her name was Marixa. And they were a big anime fan, and they showed me Attack on Titan. All I knew about it, all I was told is people are trapped in these walls, and there's these big naked people that want to kill them. And I was like, that sounds weird. Let's do it.
That's close to what I know.
One of the more fun things about anime is anytime you describe it, a show, it's some of the craziest shit.
Yeah, can confirm. I'm always like, what?
They always it seems to me that whenever a mangaka, which is the name of a person who makes the manga, which is like Japanese comic. Fun fact: I think all anime, I don't know this for sure, but I'm pretty sure all anime are based off of manga, which is Japanese comics.
Yeah. Okay.
So the mangaka, yes, it seems anytime someone writes a story for an anime or the manga, they start with a concept, and they're like, "What if we built an entire story around this insane concept?"
Okay.
And that seems often, but god damn, I've never been on this side of it, and I'm having trouble keeping my thoughts straight, dude. I'm too ADHD.
So what are like the word, like, I don't know. I know sort of about like the types of anime.
Yeah.
Like in terms of like, I know there's like words for them, right?
Oh, there are. I'm not super up on them. Here, let me Google them really quick. Genres
Get 'em.
of anime. Shonen is a big one. Shonen is like, it says aimed at teenage boys, focuses on action, friendship, and overcoming obstacles.
Yeah. Okay.
That's probably my number one. Like I watch shonen the most.
Is Yu-Gi-Oh a shonen, and like
yes.
Are those shonen?
Yep.
Okay.
Shonen, Naruto is a famous one.
Yeah. Okay.
Shoujo, I haven't actually heard of shoujo. Wow, I haven't heard of most of these actually. Oh, you know what? These are the ones, core genres. These are the ones I've heard of. Slice of life, which centers on relaxing, mundane, and realistic aspects of everyday life. I don't watch a lot of slice of life. I generally prefer really intense things that draw focus and are very dramatic.
Right.
And like also showcase some really cool animation. I'm a big action person. Isekai is a really famous one. Stories where the protagonist is transported, trapped, or reincarnated in an alternate or fantasy world. There's a lot of those. The only one I think I've watched all the way through was what's it called? Sword Art Online, where basically
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
yeah, it's a famous one. It's famous because it gets really bad later on, but
Okay.
it's VR, but they all get trapped in the game, and it's like, if you die in here, you die in real life, and it's about this boy who figures out what to do. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it was a cool idea. I haven't heard of Mecha, but I guess it's what it sounds like. Focuses on giant robots piloted by humans.
That's like Gundams and stuff, right?
Yeah. Excuse me. Famous one is Shinji, get back in your mother. What's that called? It's Shinji, and he needs to get.
Hey Sam, do you watch anime?
Yes. But this is an older one, and I'm not a big classic. Oh, Evangelion is what it's called. Evangelion. That one's famous.
Genesis Evangelion, right?
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
That one's famous. I didn't like it. I'm not a good classics person, and it was just
Sam, talk about the things you like.
Yeah, you're
Sam,
right. You're right.
Talk about
I'm
things
just
you
going through
like.
the genres right now. There's other genres. Those are kind of some of the big ones. There's harem.
Okay.
There's mahou shoujo, which is magical girl. Fucking Frieren is a big one right now. For that.
What's Frieren?
Frieren. I haven't watched it, but it's a famous one.
Oh my God.
About a magical girl. I'll talk about the ones I have watched now. Okay, I'm a big shonen person. Maybe I should have said my topic is just shonen. Okay, so here's some of my favorites. Attack on Titan, obviously. Demon Slayer. Fucking Jujutsu Kaisen. Fucking. Gachi Akuda lately was really good. I'm watching Demons of the Shadow Realm right now, which is the same mangaka of Full Metal Alchemist, which is another famous one. Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah.
Okay.
Go on.
We have so many tangents. so what do you like about any of these animes? Like, what do you? Yeah,
I'd say with anime in general, it's fascinating to see storytelling from a different cultural perspective.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that carry over throughout anime in general that's unique when compared to like Western media.
Yeah.
There's a big focus on like community. Generally, like Western media focuses on like a hero who defeats the odds and does it himself. Whereas a lot of anime and like Japanese media focuses on like this collective that bands together, or like friendship overcoming things. Very communal.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating. And if you think about it like culturally, Japan's all about like that kind of idea, like how we all can work together.
Right.
Just more so than we are in the West. Which, never mind, I'm going off tangent. Anyways, that's one thing. I really like, and this is the same, like, if you ever watch, I've only watched a few fucking Bollywood, but I think the same thing about Bollywood. They go 1,000% all the time. Like,
yeah, that's a vibe I get.
Yeah, the stakes are always so high, and it takes a little bit of getting used to if you're used to like more Western media. Which
Definitely. Everyone's like yelling.
They're yelling, they're screaming, they're on the floor punching the ground, crying.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. And it's kind of like with like wrestling. You kind of have to lean into it. You have to accept that
totally,
it's just like this, you know. And it does take a little bit of getting used to sometimes. A fun example is, I think a famously horrible example is Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. He's one of the side characters, but that guy is so obnoxious because he's just screaming and running all over the place all the time. And it's like, dude, calm the hell down.
Yeah.
But just everything is just 1,000,000%, and it's awesome. There's another one that's really good. There's a soccer anime. I've only watched the first season and a half because
I've heard about that.
Finished. Blue Lock.
Blue Lock. Okay.
It's so good. And there's a fucking volleyball anime that I have not watched, but it's the same thing where it's just like this is the most important thing that could be happening in the world. And it's like
yeah.
They'll break down moments in like I angled the ball at a 45 degrees so that I could catch my teammate out of the corner. And it's like, Jesus Christ. If you ever, honestly, part of what helped me get into anime was I was also getting into weed at the same time when I first started. And nothing gets me more immersed in what I'm watching than being a little high. And watching Attack on Titan high, incredible experience. Because you're fully with them and they're screaming because these giant things are coming over the walls. And
well, wait, so give me like the setup for like the shows you mentioned. Give me like the elevator pitch, because I don't know about a lot of them.
The beginning of Attack on Titan is just big, scary monsters that look like people without genitals are trying to kill all of humanity, which lives inside a certain amount of walls. That's kind of all you need to know at the beginning of Attack on Titan.
Okay.
It gets way more complicated than that as it progresses.
Yeah, I bet. Okay.
So good, though. Demon Slayer is a lot more simpler of a story. There's this young boy named Tanjiro, who's just the nicest guy. And there's demons in this world, who are just people who have drank demon blood and they get like powers. And the more you eat people, the more powerful you get as a demon.
Whoa!
And Tanjiro's entire family in the first couple minutes gets wiped out by like the most powerful demon. Except for his sister, who gets turned into a demon, but he convinces that there's one demon slayer who comes to kill her, and he convinces him to like let her live because she doesn't kill Tanjiro immediately. So he's able to kind of satiate her, not satiate, but keep her from killing him. And then the whole story is about him trying to find a cure for his sister.
Got it. Okay.
And he becomes a demon slayer, and it's just this beautiful and incredible story about him overcoming and just working so hard, but also just being the kindest person. One of my favorite scenes is, and this isn't really a spoiler, but there's a demon that like puts them. Oh no! It sends these other kids into their souls to go. It's complicated, but to go kill them. Like they have to go kill their soul center, and it's going through all these other characters' souls, and they're like these horrifying, weird places. And then it goes into Tanjiro's soul, and it's this beautiful, serene lake. And then it has these little guys that show them to the soul center, and the person's like, "Why are you helping me kill him?" And they're just being helpful. And then the guy like breaks down crying, and he's like, "I can't do this. This guy's too nice."
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so good. And every time he kills a demon, he always tries to understand and like feel for them first. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of anything that shows kindness as a strength.
Yeah.
And anime likes to do that. And I like that.
What about Jujutsu Kaisen?
Jujutsu Kaisen, yeah. This one is
it Jujutsu?
Jujutsu, like
Got it.
you know, like the karate. It's not karate.
What's not? Is it Jujutsu Kaisen or is it
No,
Jujutsu?
it's Jujutsu, and I forgot that those are different things.
Okay.
And you know what?
Yeah,
I've
okay.
never really thought about what Jujutsu Kaisen even means. But Jujutsu Kaisen is about, there are curses, which are basically like ghouls or ghosts, and they're all
Yeah.
based on real. The idea is if oh no, that's Chainsaw Man. I'm mixing it up. Chainsaw Man's also another really good one. Chainsaw Man's very similar.
okay.
Anime.
Lock in.
There are curses, which basically they're like demons, and then there's these people whose job it is to not expel. What's the fancy word? What do you do to a ghost?
Exercise?
Exorcise the curses, and they're called Jujutsu sorcerers. But we meet this also boy. This is another shonen. Oh, damn, I'm a shonen guy.
Hey.
What is his name? Yuji Itadori is his name.
Ooh.
And he has a run-in with a sorcerer who's there to find a finger, a really old decrepit finger that they like refer to as a relic. And they run into some curses. Yuji at this point is just like a high schooler who happens to be really athletic. We don't know why. Okay. I don't know. And to keep it away from this curse that's trying to get it, he eats the finger. Just on a whim. Turns out that finger is one of 10, 20? One of a certain amount of fingers that belong to the most powerful curse in history. And then that curse starts to be a part of him and is able to take over his body.
Oh my god.
And at first the sorcerers are like, we gotta kill him. But then they're like, no, we can do something with this. And that's all about him dealing with that, becoming a sorcerer, morality, learning to do the right thing. That one has some of the most incredible animation. And actually, Attack on Titan. Here's another thing. Sorry, going back. Another thing I love about anime, the music. When they really hit with the music, the fucking soundtrack for Attack on Titan, and the person who does the music for that one, he also did music for another one called Solo Leveling, which is not as crazy as Attack on Titan, but a really good one. It's some incredible animation. Yeah, some of the best soundtracking. Same with Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh my god, that shit slaps. And watching an anime fight where they're like battling ideals and like having this dialogue over like, you have to do the right thing for the soul of the right thing, and the other person's like, no, but the ends justify the means, and it's like whoever wins the fight is right. Naruto's big on that one. And then there's also this music that's just fucking going so hard, and it's so hyped. Like I scream at my TV. It's so fun.
Whoa, okay, that's awesome.
That's JJK, AOT, Demon Slayer. What are some of my other tops? Gachiakuta is really cool. Gachiakuta is a newer one.
What's that?
That one's
heard of that.
Yeah, that one's about there's a floating city. There might be several floating cities. We don't know. Also, to be clear to our listeners, I don't read manga. I haven't read a single manga. I'm just an anime person.
I think a lot of people haven't. Yeah.
No, yeah. But yeah, there are people who are like know all the details. I don't know all the details. I just really like anime. So there's a floating city. That's like rich people, and there's a boy who lives in the floating city who really likes garbage. So he takes, and he's poor on this floating city, and he takes garbage and he recycles it and like sells it or like gives it to people as gifts and stuff because he likes it. He thinks they're nice. His foster dad gets killed in the first episode, and then they think that he did it, so they kick him off the floating island. They just throw him down to the ground. Turns out there's an entire ecosystem on the ground that's just full with trash. Their entire life is just like trash. The whole show's about
Like
trash.
Wally.
Yeah, actually, yes, it looks a lot like that.
Okay.
So he meets these people who's they're called cleaners, and the trash gets so gratuitous that it turns into monsters.
Oh my
Like
God.
living monsters that like kill people. So he meets these people called cleaners. Discover he has powers, which there's a name for, but I don't remember. Which basically it's like if these certain people who are cleaners care enough about a thing and take good enough care of it, it'll turn into like something bigger and better and like a weapon.
What?
Yeah, no, it's really cool.
That's crazy.
It's very stylized. It's got some really interesting messaging about like what things mean to people. That's another thing I really love about anime. I don't think there's a single anime that doesn't say something that just drips with meaning. Like there's a lot of Western television that's just like, this is for fun, or like which arguably there's still meaning to that too. But every anime, I think, has some crazy philosophy that's just like laden within it.
Yeah.
And I love that, because even if it's just fun and like awesome, there's still like something it's saying. And if the people are just fucking fighting all the time, it's still like there's some philosophy behind this. And every fight, this is what this is something you got me going. Something people say about JJK is that it's just fighting and it's not got much of a plot. Same with Demon Slayer. But I fucking disagree.
Yeah.
I think what makes those shows good and what makes anime like it really good is that they tell a story through those fights so well. Because it's never just two people fighting. It's not people who don't know each other just trying to kill each other. It's always like two ideas that are represented by these characters.
Into it.
Yeah, there's a relationship. There's it's like this is a perfect example. So I went to school for musical theater, right? And one of the things they taught us is like something has to be different from the beginning of a song to the end of the song to the story.
Yeah.
Like it can't just be time's frozen, everything stops, and we just sing a song. That's what it is with those fights. Is they're pivotal and they're part of the story, and it's like a lot of the times two warring ideals. Like this character's making an argument, and this character's like, no, I believe in this, and they're expressing those ideas through the fight.
Right.
And also when the animators lean into that too, JJK is an awesome example of this. You get some of the most beautiful moments. There's like breakdowns you can watch online. There's one episode where he fights a judge. Our main character fights a judge, and the coloring they use in it is so... dude, I'm going to tell you about this fight really quick. So it's like this judge character that we meet in like a previous epised who...
Of what show?
Of JJK. Yeah, I'm jumping around a lot. Thank you. He is like a really passionate defense lawyer. And he just wants to help people and do the right thing. And he really believes in this client, and the client gets shit on. And he loses all his faith in the justice system. So he gets so upset that a curse becomes like his partner and is like, he becomes like the ultimate judge. And basically when he finds Yuji, this is a bit of a spoiler, so I'm going to be vague, has done something really horrible in the last season that wasn't technically his fault. But Yuji is taking full responsibility for it because he's a good dude. So he puts Yuji on this magical trial, basically. There's a lot to explain there, but he puts him on trial, and it's like if he loses the trial, he gets killed. If he wins the trial, he gets to go. But the whole fight ends up being this like war of like like the guy's having to confront what is right to himself, because Yuji like he says like, nope, I take full responsibility. It was my fault. And then the guy learns like it wasn't his fault, and he was like, why did you say that? Like you could have won just by saying that. And then Yuji was like, but it wouldn't have been true. Still my fault. And I don't know. It's just it's good drama, man. So yeah, what was
Are there any other shows like you haven't talked about yet?
Probably.
I definitely want to finish. I definitely want to finish Attack on Titan.
You need to finish
and some of these other ones. I watched a little bit of My Hero Academia.
Oh, that's
with
one.
you.
That I wouldn't say is one of my tops, but I did like it. I've heard it ends really well. I watched the first few seasons and I liked it, and then it kind of lulled, and then I think it's supposed to end pretty well.
Okay.
But you're really big into superheroes, so I definitely highly recommend that one.
Very, yeah. I almost went superheroes for my half, but I didn't.
Yeah, we have a whole nother half to do. Should I wrap mine up?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we're like decent. We can. What we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna do a time warp, but then we're still gonna be here.
We're gonna go nowhere.
So, Sam, what comes to mind when you think of a time warp?
Oh wait, I have a few closing notes.
No. Nope.
No, we're done.
No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Anime's great. There's so many different kinds. I'm a big shonen person, but you should check it out. There might be some cultural things you got to get used to, but have an open mind. You're really opening your door. Go to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's all on Crunchyroll, right? Like every anime.
Netflix has some too. Crunchyroll you might have to pay for. I don't remember. I think I talked about most of my big ones. There's definitely some I'm forgetting, but that's okay. Those are my like Demon Slayer, JJK, and Attack on Titans. Those are the ones.
What about like
tattoos from?
Let me think of other ones and see if you've heard of these.
Yeah.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
People love it. It was too silly for me.
Too silly.
Yeah.
What about
you might like it. It's very irreverent.
Or like, what about like One Piece or Bleach or those?
One Piece is notoriously huge. It's like thousands of
episodes. It's like a billion episodes or some shit.
Bleach I never really watched. Those are kind of classics. I'm not good with classics. I really watched a lot of Naruto, and I just didn't like it.
Yeah, okay.
It had cool moments.
Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball's a classic.
Very good.
I'm not good with classics, unfortunately, because there are some... It's a lot of like they set the precedent, but then other things did a way better job at what they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. There's a lot to be said about that. But
well, hey Sam,
Cowboy Bebop.
Thanks for. Oh, Cowboy Bebop. Yes, I've heard about that.
Sorry. Wait. Things you should be. Things you should watch out for.
Yes. Yeah.
There are things you should watch out for.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's okay because this is just important. Anime tropes sometimes get weird. Especially if you hit some more niche anime, they get weird. They get really horny and weird with women and misogynistic. And the biggest sad part about a lot of anime, especially the more niche anime, is they get weird with children. There are some anime that are really strange with women. They try to weasel themselves around it in like weird ways, like they're immortal. They're just trapped in a 10-year-old's body. They're actually 300 years old. And it's like that's still weird, dude.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of those. Obviously, the weirdest one I've watched is called Made in Abyss. Is that what it is? Yeah, Made in Abyss. That one gets pretty fucked up too, but it's at least arguable that it's fucked up on purpose. Like it's doing that to make you feel uncomfortable. But yeah, that's something. There's a lot of unnecessary panty shots sometimes, or like titties are just out. A beach episode is a famous anime trope. There's always one episode where all the characters go to a beach for no reason other than to show off the female characters' titties.
God.
My Hero Academia has one for no reason. You know what famously has a beach episode for no reason? It's not even technically an anime. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Oh yeah.
Which is so
absolutely
funny. But yeah, I'd say that's the biggest thing to watch out for. You really have to kind of dig to like run into that at the extreme levels. You don't have to dig to see the horniness.
Don't go off the deep end. Dig at your own risk.
But there's that. And that is all I'll say. Thank you.
Wow. Good job, Sam. That was great. No, I definitely I like what you were saying about it being similar to like wrestling, and that you kind of have to like get used to you have to kind of get your feet wet and kind of get used to the crazy world, and then once you're in there, you can kind of like get exposed to so many like different cool new ways of storytelling.
You have to let yourself buy into it, Just
agree
with what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay, now you can time warp.
All right, here we go. Oh God!
And we time warped.
I figured time warp would hurt, like all my body's evaporating.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, guess what? It's not a week later. It's right now.
It's right now.
It's
We
my
fooled you,
turn.
Chris. We got
It's
you,
my
Chris.
turn.
Chris, we didn't actually move time at all. It's right now.
Okay. Sam,
What are we talking about?
it's Nate's turn.
Hell yeah.
I'm the Rachel now.
Look at me. Look at me. I'm the Rachel.
Look at me. Do you know that I am Rachel?
What was that? I don't get that reference.
Oh, is it a Vine? Do you know that you are gay?
Oh yeah. Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? Who says
Who says I'm gay? You are
Who says
gay.
I am Rachel? You are Rachel.
You are Rachel. I have
Okay.
that sound bite on our Discord.
Hey.
Yeah.
Stop tangenting on my thing.
Lock in, Nate.
If you want to tangent from now on, you got to ask about my stuff. And here's my discussion topic:
Tell me about it.
the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
Oh, I didn't know this is something you cared about at all. I know you like classic horror.
I am such a horror freak, and I love every horror ever.
Yeah,
all
I know
of them.
jack shit about. All I know is that he goes into people's dreams and he's got knife hands.
Yeah, have you seen any of them?
Nope. Does he have knife hands?
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And his face is scars or something.
Okay. So Nightmare on Elm Street, like one of the most I would say one of the most beloved and also probably overall more critically acclaimed slasher franchises, because you've got out of you got Friday the 13th, you got Halloween, you got Child's Play with Chucky, you got the Leprechaun movies. Those aren't really slashers.
I am familiar. I've never seen him, but I want to so bad.
Yeah. Oh, they're excellent.
Leprechaun in
They're
space
actually very terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah. But Nightmare on Elm Street is kind of one of the more. I would say overall as a franchise, much stronger. Even the worst movies in it are still pretty good compared to some of these other slashers that had so many billions and billions of sequels. There's if you're not counting the remake, there are 7 or no sorry, there's 8 movies, 9 if you count crossovers.
Wow,
which we'll get
way
to.
more
We're gonna
than
get
I
to.
thought.
Yeah, we're gonna get to all of them. So, first movie, Nightmare on Elm Street, insanely good. It's directed by this guy Wes Craven. Who, have you heard of Wes Craven before? Do you know of his name at all?
Nope.
Oh man, this is great. Okay, so Wes Craven's Wes
I could
Craven's
really ruin Nate's day if I was just oh, actually, I love these movies.
I've heard of all of it actually, and you can't talk about it. Wes Craven's like a really beloved horror director. He did Nightmare on Elm Street. He did The Hills Have Eyes. He did Scream. A lot of the most of the Scream movies.
I've never actually even seen the classic Scream. I saw one of the newer ones, and I actually really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, no, the Scream's awesome. And People Under the Stairs. Have you ever heard of that? I think he did a version of Swamp Thing at one point. But anyway, he's like a big horror guy. And I think what was cool about Wes Craven in general and a lot of his stuff was that he was pretty self-aware in kind of what he was doing. So I feel like he was really good at kind of he was realizing if this is going to be camp, let's amp up the camp parts, or if this is scary, let's amp up the scary parts, or if I want to be really meta and talking about horror movies in a very meta way, I can do that in my horror movie. And kind of joke about how stupid horror movies are in a horror movie, right?
That is one thing that I did. Sorry, not to interrupt. That's one thing I did kind of notice about the one Scream I watched is that it kind of jumps around in oh, this is our camp, and now this is actually really scary, and that kind of pushed the scary, because suddenly it gets someone's bleeding and you're like, oh Jesus.
No, yeah,
I thought we were having fun.
That balance, that tightrope act is what Wes Craven is best at.
Yeah.
He died he died somewhat recently. He died I guess not that recently. He died about 10 years ago. But he he was the writer and director of the first Nightmare on Elm Street. He based the character Freddy Krueger off of his like high school bully, I believe, that was named Fred Krueger.
Get fucked, Fred.
Yep,
That's hilarious.
He originally planned for Freddy Krueger to be based on a child molester,
Yikes.
but then decided to kind of make it a little less intense to make it child killer. So basically he was like the origin of Freddy Krueger, at least that we find out from the first movie, is that he was a guy who killed kids, and the parents of those kids basically got their pitchforks and whatever, and like found him and burned him alive.
Wow, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, and so in his appearances, you see he has like really burned, like fucked up, insane, like face, like injuries and wounds, and that's because he was burned alive by these parents. Nice. So that's kind of the general vibe of him. First Nightmare on Elm Street has Johnny Depp, very famously.
For real? I didn't know that.
Yes, it was like one of his first movies. He's great in it. And it's also it's also where we get introduced to kind of the main, like one of the main characters in the whole series, Nancy Thompson, and all of basically throughout the movie, Freddy Krueger's whole thing is that he kills you in your dreams. Right. So slowly he starts kind of killing off her friends. He does this. One of the famous things in the first movie is that he kills Johnny Depp by basically he like gets sucked. Johnny Depp gets like sucked into his bed. Like what's happening, how it kind of like shows on screen is that you'll see like they'll be in a dream, something will be happening to them, but then like it'll cut to like their body like while they're asleep, and like Johnny Depp's body's like rising and levitating in the bed, and then like all of a sudden there are like these slashes from like an invisible hand like on him that are like bloody, and he's getting like, slashed apart, and then like he sinks into his bed, and his bed is like suddenly this pool of blood that like shoots out of his bed. That's like cool. It's all this like crazy trippy stuff, and it's and it was like it was in the 80s, and like the effects are like still pretty great, honestly.
Well, probably mostly practical, right?
Oh yeah, lots of practical. They basically basically Nancy's friends start getting killed. They all start like the people who are still alive start like taking like drinking coffee, taking like caffeine pills to like stay awake because they don't want to fall asleep where Freddy can get them, right? Eventually, by the end of that movie, they basically Nancy defeats Freddy essentially by pulling him out of the dream world. She basically like falls asleep on purpose, gets him to chase her, and then like gets him to chase her out of the dream world into the real world. And then when he's not in the dream world, he has no powers. And so Nancy then is not afraid of him anymore. And that fear is kind of what keeps him strong. So when Nancy's not afraid of him anymore, she can like just basically defeat him. And that's the first movie. It's set in Ohio.
Classic.
That's kind of the general vibe. Also, Freddy Krueger is played by this actor Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger in literally every single one of these movies, and he's kooky and creepy. I think one of the reasons that a lot of people like Freddy, and one of the reasons that I like Freddy, is that he talks and he's funny. He says like all these funny, weird lines. Like let me see. He says so much goofy shit. In the first one, he says like he's like, "I'm your boyfriend now, Nancy," or like he's a little bit he's not quite as like goofy like crazy in the first movie, but he has like a little bit of it. Also in the first movie, you're introduced to this like in the dreams. Often when Freddy appears, you'll hear like some kids kind of jumping rope, and they'll be singing this song that goes like 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you.
I've heard that
3,
before, yeah.
4, better lock your doors. And that's like the ghost. It's the idea is like the kids that he killed, and they're like warning you that he's coming in your dreams. And he also kind of a lot of times will fight in this kind of what looks like an industrial kind of boiler room.
I've seen that boiler room before.
Yeah, and you find out, I think not in the first movie, but maybe later, you find out that that's like the boiler room of like the factory where like he was burned alive by these parents.
Damn, hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's the first one. I'm gonna speed through these just to make sure we get through them.
Okay.
No, I promise it's gonna be great. The second one, kind of a some people. It has some big fans, but it's kind of a niche one. Nightmare on Elm Street 2: Freddy's Revenge. It is all about this boy, Jesse Walsh, who is like the new kid that's living in Nancy's old house.
Okay.
So Nancy Thompson moves out. Jesse Walsh's family moves in. Also, in this movie, the reason a lot of people like it is because it's pretty like there's some pretty like. It's like vague, but also not that vague. Like messaging of like Jesse Walsh struggling with his sexuality and potentially being gay. He has a girlfriend, but like, there's just like a lot of stuff in it that's like very gay coded that a lot of people really like.
Huh. That's cool.
And it's a cool one, and it's much more like. It's not like Freddy killing a bunch of different kids and stuff. It's like Freddy just tormenting this one kid, and so it's like a very like it's much more like personal, kind of intimate like movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually his girlfriend like helps him get rid of Freddy's spirit that's like haunting him because he's in his house basically. So that's that one. Pretty straightforward. Next one, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. This one's a lot of people's favorite.
Dream Warriors.
Dream Warriors. So here's what's happening in Dream Warriors. A lot of the Elm Street children that didn't die to Freddy in the first movie have been put in basically an insane asylum, like a mental institution, because the like their parents think that they were attempting suicide.
Yikes.
When in actuality, Freddy was trying to kill them. Right. But they're in this like mental institution. Nancy from the first movie, remember, she was the one who survived. She shows up at this mental institution as an intern, and she like realizes basically that like these kids are getting killed by Freddy. And so then she kind of teams up with one of the doctors there, and basically like with all of these kids, like basically like through psychology and like therapy and like exploring their traumas sort of with each other, she teaches them, her and this doctor teach them how to unlock their dream powers.
Fuck
which
yeah,
basically
dude.
give them they give them like superpowers basically.
Wait, that's so silly. I didn't
Yeah,
know these movies got so out there.
It's crazy. So like they
This is
they
only
like
number 3 of 7.
yeah. They're so like they basically have all these dream powers. They often will go into the dream world through like group hypnosis so that they're all there at the same time so they can like fight Freddy and work together. Also, this has some of the coolest special effects in it. There's like a scene where like Freddy like also a famous thing from the first one is, you've probably seen it, Freddy's face kind of pushing through the wall, and like
I think so,
they basically like what they basically did was they like made part of the wall fabric so you could like have someone's face push through it.
Nice.
But it looked like a solid wall that Freddy was doing. In the third one, in Dream Warriors, there's like a one where Freddy, like his face comes through a television, and then like his arms like come out the side of the television, and like the television's electronics become like his legs and body, and he's like he's doing all kinds of like goofy stuff. Yeah, he's crazy. So a lot of like really crazy things. And also when he comes out of the television, he says, "Welcome to prime time, bitch."
Let's fucking go.
Freddie
I'm kind of on
loves
his
saying
side
bitch. No, Freddie's so funny. He says bitch a lot. He says God. He says like there's all these other things like he'll say like, "What's wrong, Joey? Feeling tongue-tied?" Because like he's like grabbing the kid's tongue in the dream, and it's like stretching all over the place. Like in the dreams, they just can do whatever they want. So like Freddy's like got like crazy long arms sometimes. Sometimes he's like a gigantic like towering thing with like these, and he does have. You're right. He has like a glove that he's attached knives to.
Right.
And those are on both of his hands, and he's going like with those, or clink 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 clink.
How does
and it's
he keep surviving?
And it's Robert Englund, who's amazing. But so, you have a question?
How does he survive? Like, how did he survive the first movie?
He like just is basically like a dream creature. So like as long as like people are afraid of him, then he's alive.
Oh, well then, if that happens, you're gonna be traumatized for the rest of your life. We're gonna be afraid of him.
Well, and you'll see. Okay,
You
so
should kill yourself.
All the dream kids team up. They like basically like they meet the spirit of Freddy's mom.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Who basically tells them to like bury Freddy's remains in like hallowed ground to stop him. And so they do this, but in the process Freddy kills Nancy. Nancy's dead.
Bye, Nancy.
Yep. So Nancy's gone. Then we get to Nightmare on Elm Street 4, the Dream Master. Now, one of the kids that was in that group of kids from the insane asylum, the mental asylum, Kristen. She's Patricia Arquette, if you know that actress. She's in Severance.
Which one is she in Severance?
She's Mark's boss, the long-haired woman.
Yeah.
That's Patricia Arquette.
Damn.
So when she was very young, she was in Dream Warriors, and then was like the main character in Dream Master. Basically, what happens with Dream Master, it's not as great. She releases Freddy on accident. Freddy kills the other two of the Dream Warrior kids.
Not the Dream Warriors, no.
Yeah. Then he basically transfers Kristen's dream powers to another girl named Alice, and then Alice basically like inadvertently, like without her really knowing what she's doing, Freddy's like manipulates her and gets her to like get victims for Freddy, and she like pulls people into her dreams while she's sleeping so that Freddy can like kill them. And then eventually Alice kind of figures out what's going on, and she kind of confronts Freddy and uses like the Dream Master powers that Freddy gave her to like release all of the souls that Freddy took. Because now like it's getting a little esoteric. He's like taking souls now, but like basically Alice gets him to release them. They all like fly out of him, and Freddy dies when this happens. That's 4. 5, Dream Child. This is basically, so Alice has an unborn child.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Freddy starts using her unborn child to basically, you get baby Freddy. He's a baby.
Oh my god.
And he resurrects himself, and he starts finding new victims. I believe that I believe that Freddy was like basically her mom comes back, and you find out that Freddy's mom comes back. You find out that Freddy's mom was a nun, and that like this is kind of where it gets a little insane. That Freddy was like conceived when she was at a mental asylum as a nun, and then she got locked in a room accidentally with what they call it is 100 maniacs that raped her hundreds of times.
Jesus Christ.
And that like evil conception was what made Freddy.
Fucking hell.
Crazy.
That was what an unnecessary detail to this story.
Yep. So then she convinces Jacob, the unborn kid, to use the powers that Freddy like gave him against him. Then Alice and Jacob both like escape into the dream world, and that's Dream Child. Dream Child is actually kind of good, I think.
That's crazy. Who's writing this shit, dude?
Then we get Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. It's called Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. It's so funny.
And this is the fifth.
This
movie.
is the sixth. This is 6.
So it was not the Final Nightmare.
No. Yeah. So in Final Nightmare, basically there's like an amnesiac teenager that is sent out to find Freddy's daughter, Maggie. He had a daughter, we find out, that it needs to like leave Springfield. And then we find out Freddy's new goal is he wants to make all these different Elm Streets. He wants to like, kill more people, not just the kids on Elm Street.
Of course.
So he
got a franchise.
Yeah, so then you like this movie gets into like Freddy's past more, and it like shows like a bunch of flashbacks where he's like getting bullied by his like friends. He's like being like shitty to animals. He's getting like beaten up by his stepdad. He kills his own wife when she finds out that he's been killing kids. And then it shows like the moment where like all these dream demons like give him the power of eternal life when he gets like burned alive. Wow. So that's it's sort of interesting, but like it's not that movie's not that great. And then like at the end, his daughter Maggie like uses a pipe bomb to kill him. Basically, that's it. Like,
a pipe bomb. Let's go.
Yep, it's literally a pipe bomb. Okay, so that's like the end of like the main Freddy movies. So now we get into the goofy ones. This is my favorite. So Wes Craven, that we were talking about earlier, he directed the first movie, and then he wasn't involved in the second movie, and then Dream Warriors he wrote as well. So that's why Dream Warriors is so good and why the first one's so good. Then he wasn't really involved in the other movies. He comes back for a movie called New Nightmare. Now, New Nightmare is my favorite. New Nightmare is set in the real world, where Wes Craven, Robert Englund, like the actor who's playing Freddy, and the actress who plays Nancy, are all playing themselves in the real world. And in the movie New Nightmare, what it proposes is that actually Freddy's a real evil entity that's been trapped in the realm of like fiction by all these movies getting made.
Oh my god.
And now that the movies have stopped, Freddy's trying to escape to the real world.
That's so incredibly meta. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and to escape to the real world, he uses Nancy, the actress playing Nancy, to try to like get out because she's the first one who defeated him.
What the hell?
It's awesome. It's amazing. It's so crazy. So it's all set in the real world. Like Wes Craven's like playing himself. Like Robert Englund's like I'm not Freddy. I don't know what's happening. It's so funny.
When did that come out?
This was in 1994. It came out the year I was born.
Wow.
Yep.
All of these are much older than I thought.
Oh, it's incredible. And basically like the way it's like resolved is like Nancy like the actress Heather Langenkamp is the actress's name. She plays Nancy one last time, and she like goes into the dream world as Nancy because Freddy Krueger has kidnapped her real life son.
Jesus Christ!
And then her and her son put Freddy in a furnace, and then he's burned, and that's it.
They just
it's
refried him.
so awesome. Yep, it's so great. Then we get Freddy versus Jason. This is like one of the biggest horror crossover movies ever. Yeah. Basically, the idea of the setup is like Freddy's been like weakened because no one's afraid of him anymore.
Times.
Yeah. Then Freddy like pretends that because we all know Jason Voorhees, the real killer in Friday the 13th, is actually his mom, right? It's not Jason.
I didn't know that.
Okay, yeah. So it's actually Jason's mom that's doing all the killing. Freddy in this movie pretends to be Jason's mom and like is like, hey Jason, like you need to like go to Springwood to like be bad or something. So then Jason goes to Springwood. He like makes people afraid, and then that like, gives Freddy more power, and then they fight basically. Also, you get one of the worst and most like terrible quotes in all of like horror movies ever. At one point, this is everyone talks about this moment. It's insane. At one point, there's a black actress in the movie and the black character, and she at one point like she like is running away and she runs up to Freddy, and Freddy pops out and he says, here's what he says. He says, "What a treat. Dark meat."
Oh no.
A crazy thing.
Jesus Christ.
But then she immediately calls Freddy the F slur.
Oh God! All right.
So
fair play, I guess.
Tit for tat.
He goes touche,
and it's out of nowhere, Sip. Like it's when I was watching these for the first time, I was like, what the fuck? Like it's out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, that's crazy. And she's like, whatever. You're like, oh,
you're like, well, Jesus.
Yeah. So he's crazy. But he's goofy. He says like crazy like rhyming shit all the time. He's a fun time. And then the final movie that was ever made of Nightmare on Elm Street was a remake produced by Michael Bay.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was just called Nightmare on Elm Street. It was in 2010, and I will literally like barely even talk about it because it's so bad. It's so
Bay?
bad.
That's weird.
Yeah, they also in this version, it's like completely a new like continuity. They make it so that this version of Freddy actually molested all of these kids, and that's why he's killing them. So they go full child pedophile. They like it's all like terrible.
He's killing them because he molested them.
Yes, and that like he didn't like he's coming back from the grave. It makes no sense. It's terrible.
God damn.
So those are the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I think for anyone who's listening to these and they're like, okay, this is insane. There's so much of these. Obviously, watch the first one. It's great. And then I think just watch Dream Warriors. It's awesome. And you get all the fun stuff with Nancy. You get to really like learn who Nancy is, and you get to learn who Freddy is through the first one and the third one. And then go watch New Nightmare, because then you're gonna be like, this is the most meta crazy thing I've ever seen, and it's so fun.
I think I'll try to watch at least the first one, if not the second and third one.
They're great. I'll watch them all with you.
What do you like and dislike about them?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think what's so great about them is that Freddy's such a good character, because he's not just evil and terrible and you hate him, but he's also fun to hate because he's very funny. He's talkative, and the guy playing him, Robert Englund, is just like incredible. Like every single thing he does is just goofy and ridiculous. He's also just I think and the whole thing about him being in dreams lets like all of these art design people and prop designing people and set designing people just go fucking nuts. Like you can just do anything because you're in the dream world. So you can just be in like the real world, and then you don't know if it's a dream or not. That always happens. Like people will be like, "Oh, am I actually asleep?" And then they'll realize they're asleep, and then like they'll wake up, but he'll be like stabbing them or something, and like it's just so like all of that is just so cool. And it's a slasher series that I think actually decently holds up, and actually most of the movies in it are like pretty good, like at least a 5 or above.
Practical
which you can't
effects,
say the same for. Yeah, you can't say the same for with Halloween or Friday the 13th at all. Like some of those movies are absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
And then as far as like dislikes, Freddy in that one movie is really racist.
Oh, that's Freddy? I thought that was Jason Voorhees that said that.
No, Freddy says Jason doesn't talk.
Okay.
Jason don't talk.
Damn, Freddy.
Yeah, which it's funny that I'm like,
this guy murders, and
I'm
in
just
one
like,
movie
he's a
kids,
child
and
murderer,
like,
and I'm like, Freddy, that's too far.
Freddy, no racism, please.
Like, not my Freddy.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but I think slashers, like, I think again, like with a lot of these things, you got to lean into the style of it. You got to lean into the vibe of it.
Got to accept
like,
the reality. It's like don't try to use real world logic in that setting.
No, and I think, it really gets to like a really like innate fear for a lot of people, which is just like your nightmare is coming to life and killing you. Like that's really scary when you think about it. And these movies like really explore that. In one of the movies, there's like a dream sequence where like it's literally kind of like the Take on Me music video where like everyone's like drawn in pencil.
Oh, what the hell?
In the 6th movie, I think Freddy like gets into like a video game and kills people, but it's like Atari. It's crazy. Yeah. So there's just like the sky's the limit with dreams, which makes it so fun.
This is small tangent. Pet peeve of mine
Yeah.
when people, you see this on TikTok all the time, when people try to like say that something's bad because it wouldn't work in real life. And I'm like, that's such a bad argument.
That's a bad test. Yeah.
Because stories aren't supposed to be real life, dummy.
Yeah, and like it's just fun to have like a killer that you kind of like a little bit because he's like goofy, kooky, and like he sounds like this. He's like, like he's just so fun to be around, like in the movies. That's it for me though. I think that's.
I do want to know really
Yeah.
quick. I think we already know what we should be aware of and or watch out for, which is the random racism, child molestation.
Child molestation in the remake, which you shouldn't watch ever. And then, if you do watch Freddy vs. Jason, it is fun, but just be ready for that one line to pop out, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
Random racism.
It truly is out of nowhere.
I do want to. What initially got you into horror movies in general?
Oh, my mom was really into horror movies, and we watched like slasher movies as soon as I was like old enough to watch them. But like when I was really young, we would watch like MGM horror movies, like Frankenstein, Invisible Man, and like Wolfman meets Bride of Frankenstein, and all those. And
Invisible Man.
So I've always been into like horror, and I like it feels like you're on a roller coaster. That's kind of what I like about it.
It's a good way to
kind of
put it.
like you're anticipating stuff. You're like really on the edge of your seat. You're like, like I just love that like visceral reaction of being on like the edge of your seat and being afraid for just a second. It's like a little burst of adrenaline that's like in a controlled kind of nice way, and you can like, and it just kind of lets you get like, I don't know, like if you watch a ton of horror stuff, you start like kind of getting into like what actually makes you afraid of things, which is I think interesting and like good to like think about psychologically. I don't know.
Yeah, like a healthy way to kind of process fear in general.
Yeah. And horror is so easily funny, which is also great. And that's why I like these movies too, is that like they have funny.
I didn't never really got into horror in general until later in my life because I had like extreme anxiety and I just couldn't do it for the longest time. Mm-hmm. So like horror is relatively new to me. Relatively, like I say, but I started watching horror in like high school probably. But where was I going with this? We're talking how you got into it. Your mom. I've completely lost the thread.
Well, hey guys, that's a good time to tell you that we're recording this so late.
It's 4 a.m.
We did. It's not. It feels like it.
Honestly, I haven't eaten dinner. It is 11:52 though.
Oh my god. Well, hey, we got this out. So next week, we have some fun stuff planned, which is gonna be. I won't spoil it because there's some. I'm really excited for next week's episode. It's gonna be great. You do know what it is. You just gotta think about it a little bit.
Oh.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I do. Yep. I remember. I scheduled it.
Yeah, there you go.
It's my person.
Someday Sam will get a calendar and look at it.
I have it on my calendar. I just
forgot. and look at it. It's been great, guys. That's an Inside Rachel. We'll do these every once in a while. Just kind of mix it up.
Horror movies.
But yeah, next week we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming, I suppose.
Oh, I remember. I was gonna say that it's incredible that things can make us feel like a movie or a story can make us feel that intensely. Because I'm sorry, I'm pulling us back a little bit, but I've felt like abject terror watching certain things.
Yeah.
I can't think of any examples. Doki Doki Literature Club is a video game that like I've gotten to the point where like my eyes are crying. Like I'm not crying, but like I'm so terrified that my eyes are just watering. And that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think I've actually felt terror that what's it called when you like in science you make things something pure?
Distilled or visceral or saturated?
Distilled is a good way to say it, yeah. But anyways, that's all I had to say. Thanks, guys. This has been I'm Inside Nate Rachel.
No.
This is the episode where me and Nate just do it raw.
Yeah, and hey, guys, Hey guys, just watch some anime and watch some Nightmare on Elm Street. I think any time of year is the time for watching slashers. I think it's great always, and anime.
Like Chris, what do you
All right,
want me to
bye
say
guys.
and he said, I don't know. Bye guys.
Show me to us, Rachel. Ow!